Alright guys, Wrath here. Out of boredness, we thought, why don't we do commodity trading with the Paladin? Yeah, Paladin is a heavy fighter ship. It's not designed for doing cargo, but it has a little cargo grid. It has a 2x2 FCU cargo grid, but the entrance area with no grid has some storage capacity. So we thought, yeah, let's give it a try. Yeah, Star Citizen Alpha or Early Access is an alpha. Star Citizen's Alpha Early Access state is there for public testing, and so that is what we are doing here. We test, can we use the Paladin for commodity trading? And the design itself says you can bring in 2 SU boxes, and as you can see, yes, we are able to. It is a little bit challenging to bring it to that tiny door here, but it is possible. It needs a little bit of practice, and we tend to prefer the small tractor beamer, not the big one. But because of the distance from the entrance to the elevator, we will use the big one. And here you can see, no, you cannot see, we added it too early, but there is the grid. So everything is inside. We got 6 boxes of Pertilium. And we'll bring it to Bloom, Ravine. But before we go there, we're gonna have a check on Javelas Beach, because there we can buy Atlassium, and Atlassium became in Alpha 4.4 a commodity, difficult to buy and even more difficult to sell. It kind of like became a commodity like Obsidian Heights, or the one you can find at Golden Riviera. So here we have 63 SCUs that would be almost 8 boxes, but we got 7. That is an invest of 4.6 mil. We do not transport because we obviously cannot fit 8 SCUs into the Paladin. So we just buy on reserve, and we will come back later with a proper ship. Now heading to Bueno Ravine. Yeah, Bueno Ravine. Ravine is a word for an alley. Not an alley, but between the rocks. Not a valley, but a little bit more steep. And it kind of looks like. Now, nobody's here, so we do not need to worry about any interruption from other players. And anyways, nobody would expect that a Paladin brings Pertilium. Yeah, and you see the jitter here? That is the best what Star Citizen has to offer. In 4.4 back in the day when we recorded this. Yeah, it takes a while until we actually edit the footage. We just record, and we are basically too lazy for video editing. That's why it takes some days after the recording. So as you can see, this particular door is pretty painful when it comes to moving boxes in and out of the ship, but it's easier to bring the box out than bringing the box in. And even with this jittery stuff here, it gives eye cancer. It's not healthy. Sometimes even headaches. Yeah, but yeah, what do you expect from an unfinished so-called video game? We do not complain, sorry. We do not complain. Yeah, some would say it's a Freudscher Versprecher. But yeah, English is not our primary language. So, no. 5 boxes, 10 SCUs of Pertilium. That was one of the most lucrative commodities. Relatively easy to get, relatively easy to sell. But now, it's a little bit difficult to buy Pertilium, but selling, we will find out. Let's have a check. Partilium out of stock, 113.53 per SCU. That is a 1.134 million revenue. Yeah, revenue.